Hello, everybody. We've got Marzi, Kirsten, Carnismus Cancer. Hello, Ruben. Trimble the Salad. How are we all? Ronnie. Gloves or no gloves? For what? Who the hell is oompaville? Well, it seems to be this thing right now where there's quite a few like documentary style videos out about that vegan teacher at the minute. So I think she's doing, there's one by BENOFTHEWEEK called 24 Hours with the Vegan Teacher. And it's 44 minutes long, that one. And that got 4.3 million views. And then there's this one with oompaville, who's someone that vegan teacher called out, I believe. And be really interesting to watch this. So let's check it out.
Waiting on the vegan teacher. She's lost. Back roads, you can see. We're in rural Texas. And so I somehow got her down here. I got her to come to Texas from Canada. She just like lives in Montreal or something like that. I don't know why she agreed to come. I'm not gonna like expose her or troll her or whatever. I just think it'd be funny if we just kind of hung out for a few days. And got to see maybe what she's all about.
Classic. What a jumper.
Yes, this video is real. Yes, that is me. And yes, that is my aunt, that vegan teacher, Miss Katie.
What would you like me to call you?
Miss Katie.
Miss Katie? Okay.
Try to get comfy here.
A lot of people think you're my aunt.
Well, I am.
Marvel salad.
Do you feel like...
Interruption. The lad tipped £1. Hello Momo Bear, are you still a full-time content creator? Did you secretly get another job?
You're taking the mickey, right? I've released like 3 videos today. I've released 3 videos today. I've edited like 5. And I'm live streaming. If that ain't full-time, I would not be able to do what I'm doing and get another job. Hell no. So yeah, full-time indeed. Thank you for the sip interruption. Salad's in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. And yeah, your support helps me to carry on being full-time. So I do very much appreciate it.
Family, I'll be honest. Over the
Yeah?
last couple days, very much so. It's good. Is that her? That is her. Oh my god, dude.
A wild vegan. A wild vegan has been found.
You all know this woman. She's been around. She's a pariah on the internet. She's hated and talked down upon by almost every single YouTube commentator.
I hate oompaville. I hate him.
We've even had a bit of a back and forth over the last few years. But in spite of all that, I tried reaching out to her and creating a situation in which she would feel comfortable enough to come to me and we could sit down and talk in person.
Whoa, she had him on her back. Why didn't she just snap in half? No protein. No protein.
My God, I did it!
How's it going?
It's pretty good.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
You
as
look
well.
way prettier in real life.
Thank you. Do you like my beautiful hair?
I do. And I like your cloak. It's very cult-like.
We are in a cult. And yeah, you said that you weren't sure where I lived, and I didn't give you the exact address. I gave you a coordinate.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty forgiving. I've been walking for about 6 kilometers, but
Okay.
you know, walking's good.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see you.
What?
The terms of our agreement are as such. A, I would not be rude, I would be nice. B, I would be not vegan by accident for the time that she was there. Out of respect, obviously. I'm not gonna eat a steak while she's sitting at my dinner table. C, I wouldn't expose her or leak any private information. And another thing that I promised her is that I would let you guys educate yourselves if you wanted to become vegan. So below, I'll link the vegan teacher's channel, her TikTok, and 2 documentaries, and then a video that I found the most interesting. You guys can
Documentaries? Oh, hang on. What's he linked? Oh, shit. He's got 4 million subscribers. He's linked to Minion. the game changes, the Gary I can never say his name, Yorovsky speech. Wait, can I just see this actually? Oh my god, he actually has. Holy shit. Yeah, we don't need to watch that. Oh my god.
Educate yourselves if you want and make your own decisions. I'm just here to make you all laugh, hopefully, and entertain.
I don't know if everyone can see your shirt, Caleb.
True.
It's very important
This
that
was
they
a gift.
do.
This was a gift. This was a gift.
By the way, if you smash like enough, I'll keep this stream up. Usually the streams are available only to members and patrons, but smash like enough, I'll keep it up.
This is my tofu hunting shirt. I wear it with pride. I tried tofu for the first time with you.
Yeah. Well, we cooked some. You cooked some in an absolutely horrific way.
What is this?
Hi.
Is it like you cook it like you sear it?
I just like
Sound effects.
don't know.
What is it? Soy?
Yeah, I just
Soybeans? It smells like wet monkey scalp.
How long?
How has he never come across tofu before? It's so weird, isn't it? I guess if you're not vegan, then maybe not, but it's not like a vegan cuisine. Do you know what I mean? It's very culturally popular, like, yeah, I don't know.
Have you been making videos?
What kind? You mean just like...
Just in general. How
Okay,
long have you been
so-
creating content?
Well, it all started with my kids. Back in the camcorder days, I filmed them constantly because I found them to be fascinating and just keeping the camera there and trying not to intervene.
I feel like it's a very normal thing to film your kids. I think my parents filmed me a lot when I was an infant. I always wanted to be the center of attention.
Yeah,
You couldn't tell.
kind of assumed that.
I rushed and hid all the meat in my entire house in a small hole in the backyard, and we went to Walmart and bought you some stuff. I thought you might like. This is from our home. This is a southern dish, Southern Vegans eat these. It's called boiled peanuts. You ever had a boiled peanut?
no. But if
Okay, yeah, I've never had a boiled peanut. I love anything peanut though, so... Anyone had boiled peanut? The fuck? No, why not?
vegan, you know what that means. Okay, so yeah. Oh, what? What the hell is that?
Peanuts.
What do you mean Wait, what?
Peanuts.
No. That.
It's a peat nut.
Okay, it
But
doesn't...
they have the shells on them.
Yeah, they're boiled peanuts. I'll show you how to eat them. Here, look.
What?
Make the TikTok. Make the TikTok.
When did you become vegan?
Okay, so first I was vegetarian for a long time, not really kind of cluing in or realizing.
Right.
And that it was wrong. And then when I became vegan, I started to do content just on Facebook. Most people who become vegetarian or vegan have that moment where they are just kind of shocked about what's going on, like the degree when you really watch the slaughter. And then they just assume that they're going to tell everyone and everyone's going to have the same reaction as
Yep.
them. And then they're just like devastated and shocked. This is what
Yeah.
I fully had that experience when I started advocating for veganism. It was quite a few years ago now. About 8 years ago, I went on Tumblr and I was like, oh my god, guys, look what I found out. Isn't this horrific? And then I just saw this kind of like weird defense come up and I was like, what? Why the hell what? And it was so disappointing. I couldn't even believe it. And yeah, here I am realizing that trying to get people to you think logically, understand that something's wrong. It's not this quick, oh, yeah, I shouldn't do that. It's, you know, even within ourselves, we do things and think, oh, no, I don't see a problem with that. And then you later think, no, it wasn't, you know. But it's a whole thing.
all the
you know?
teenagers tell me, like, I found out what happened. I'm going to tell my mom and dad right away. We all have to be vegan. And I'm like, but I always think about the kids.
Are those real horns on those chairs? That's really sad if so. Yo, Golden, I watched this yesterday and it does well to humanize her, sometimes overly dramatized character, and provides a large audience for her to share her views. Yeah, I'm liking the kind of narrative that's being set immediately, to be honest. I want to see the comments, actually. Let's see. That vegan teacher is actually pretty chill when she's not screaming at you to be vegan. She's actually funny and acting like a genuine human being. This vegan lady is literally proof when you have a strong character, you can persevere in life and spread your message out there, even with all the haters. What? It's honestly such a breath of fresh air seeing figures like Nick Ocado and the vegan teacher in positive light. Negativity on the internet has gotten so overwhelming. This is the first time I've been able to somewhat see this woman's point of view. Whoa. She actually has honestly surprised me with how comedic and philosophic.
Interruption, the lap tipped £1. I'm gonna cook this now. Thoughts?
Thank you. Thank you. The poor people who may watch this on the replay. Oh, a vegan lentil soup, 1 pot veggie stew. Holy balls. Wow. Bloody hell. You enjoy that interruption. Making me hungry. Luckily I got food here. I made food earlier. And I put it all in Chronometer. Hell yeah. I'm being productive today. Oh, this is so weird. You wouldn't think this is a comment section about that vegan teacher. Wow. Wow. Okay. Damn.
Kids and the teenagers coming out. I say coming out
Salad's
of
in
the
the
closet
chat
as a vegan.
for interruption.
And I even argue that can be more difficult to come out of the closet as a vegan
than
and people hate
a gay
that.
person.
People hate that. But the reality
I mean, I'm both. Coming out was difficult for different reasons. I think it depends on your environment. You know, trying to come out of the closet as a lesbian to really like strict, you know, if you're like in the Bible Belt or somewhere like that, that's going to be a really hard experience. But I must say, I've had the most pushback, the most difficult social times, the most ousting as a vegan, rather than for being queer. That is going to range though. You know, the only real ousting I experienced was when I first came out. I lost a lot of like my friends who were girls. They were just like, "Oh, you're gonna fancy me." It was just so cringe. But yeah, is this real life? I don't know. Really weird, huh? Yeah. But yeah, I think that can be both true and not. From understanding experiences of what it's been like for people to be vegan and then also to be queer. They're both just and I'm pretty sure there was that survey conducted about where socially people view vegans, and they view them as the worst, second only to people with drug addictions. And we know how terribly people view people with drug addictions. So I'm gonna have to look at that survey again and just fact check myself. But yeah. Hello, Andrew. Welcome to the stream. I hope this will be one of many times being here. We have a fun time here.
reality is that many people come out of the closet as gay, lesbian, trans nowadays. Nobody gives a shit. It's like, okay, whatever, that's fine.
The internet does not like it when you say that.
All right, so also I realized that I forgot the key to my gate.
Yeah, I think people don't like it because it kind of washes over, like it makes it sound like, oh, this is no longer a problem, and that's not the case. But it is very much the case that it is more accepting. You know, like the homophobia I've experienced in my life did come a lot earlier on. You know, so you know they're not gonna like it, but. People hate you if you're vegan a lot of the time, and a lot of people will hate you if you're queer. But yeah.
To get in my property, so we're gonna have to climb the fence.
Climb the fence?
Yeah.
Do you know how old I am? I'm 58. You gonna make me do acrobatics now? London Bridge is falling down.
58.
Falling down.
She's forcing us to do this. She's forcing us to do this.
Falling down. Yeah.
I hope I can do that when I'm 58. Oh my god. Like, I went to the gym yesterday, I overdid it a bit, and today I'm like, ugh. So if I can do that when I'm that age, I'll be happy.
Yay, Caleb.
Sorry to break your immersion, but there's 2 more hours of this, basically, that I'm kind of afraid to even upload to YouTube. If you guys really want to see them, I can try to post them as like a part 2 or something. Press the like.
There you go. All right, now we're gonna get all the
All right.
the equipment out. Who wants to carry this? Oh, Tex wants to carry this a bit.
I don't know if the survey's still up to date. Yeah, and I'd be interested in, because, you know, the vegan is, it shouldn't be, but it's like seen as two different things. You have plant-based people, then you have like vegans who are interested in animal rights, which, you know, it's kind of weird how they're two different things. Somehow that's happened. But I'd be interested in seeing the distinction between how people view those as well.
Oh, Tex. This is your gift, remember? Yes, sir. Nice rifle. My big old front flap's kind of hard to get over this fence.
I hate my front flap.
What do you think of Texas so far?
I think that Texas has a lot of gas stations, a lot of open places, and a lot of schmurnered people.
What's schmurnered mean? Am I schmurnered?
Occasionally, yeah. When you have that look like no expression, like you just don't know which way to start reacting. But
Never had that word in my life.
What about if I get real close to the camera and I give him the 1,000-yard stare?
that's the one.
Every time I've ever even not gone hard or said anything rude or been like, you know, outwardly trying to make fun, people were like, don't you know she's a homophobe, a transphobe, and a racist?
I don't think I'm racist. In fact, I will argue that everyone who eats meat is racist. They are racist towards the animals. They point out one being and they say, you are a piece of shit, I'm gonna eat you, and you, oh, I like you, you're gonna come into my house, I'm gonna take care of you. Complete opposites.
I do that
Yeah,
actively.
yeah, and you're a piece of shit for it.
Classic.
She's still on that thing over there? What a absurd, surreal experience this is. We've been trying really hard. I've been eating so much Chick-fil-A.
You gotta appreciate it, like, the balls it takes. Someone's there and you're like, look, you're a piece of shit. That is truly classic to me.
Lately, that it's like hard to break the habit now already, and like she's here, so I gotta quit.
We force you to eat boiled peanuts. A little southern vegan delicacy. Were they good?
This is, guys, these.
You gotta heat them up first.
Did you?
Before you eat 'em.
But they're hard as rock.
That's why you have to heat them up so they soften up.
Oh.
Yeah, boiled
What's
peanuts.
the point
It's a
of
southern delicatessen.
boiling?
Delicatessen.
The inside was fine. I mean, it's sort of weird. You open a can of peanuts and they have shells on them. It's like, what? You want me to work?
Here, I made you a delicious meal.
It looks so good. I can't wait to try this.
I made you a succulent
It
vegan
is
meal.
peanuts. It is peanuts that have
Handle.
the foreskin on them still.
Oh my god.
Poor people from the South, man.
Wow, that vegan teacher has just ruined peanuts for me. Why call it the foreskin? Why do that? Why? No.
That up.
And did they eat the shells?
I don't know, to be honest.
You don't know. Because
I don't know.
I'm thinking, you know, like you can eat the kiwi on the outside. A lot of people don't know
The
that.
hairy, like, ball
The
sack.
hairy, yeah.
Scrotum.
Oh God,
The kiwi scrotum.
Yeah.
This is a SIG. This is a SIG.
It's kind of nice to see people who have like fought it out on YouTube like come together and just chill out. Like I like the idea of that. With most people I've done videos on, I'd be happy to do that. Definitely not with people like Sferia because I'd probably get killed. But
Named after Freud or something? Or
Yeah, it's a Sigmund Freud. This is a
Okay,
Sigmund Freud.
right.
This is a B&T, which is named after. It's actually now called Truist. It's a banking. It's a bank. This is a Henry
Okay.
Model X in 3030, and this one actually is one that I got for you.
Well, okay.
So
Thank you.
I
This is
wanted to
very
draw
southern.
something about go vegan from now on. I think
Yeah.
on it, but I couldn't find a marker.
Okay. Yeah. So we're trying to like shoot this thing right over there. That big thing you built.
No,
We're
that's
shooting?
a trebuchet. That's secret.
Oh.
We're shooting this piece of dirt.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you bring any pictures of Gordon Ramsay?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Now, I mentioned to you that I would love to drink breast milk.
You've already had it before, no?
Yes,
Never?
I have. Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
so ask.
I
your
was
mom.
late. I stopped when I was like 11.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Right.
That's a joke.
Sure.
I would drink it now, though, is what I'm saying. If they had
Ask
human...
your mom.
She's not. I don't believe my mom is lactating.
Okay, so you know, you're full of shit. There's no way. Your mother, okay, if your mom, for some reason, how old is she?
57.
Okay, whatever. So let's say she's 40, let's say she's in her 40s, she has another kid. You'd be like, Mom, I'd really like to taste your breast milk. Is that okay? You'd just go ahead and just, you know, on a regular basis, just, hey, give me a shot, Mom. Like, why?
Why not?
Why?
Why wouldn't I?
I mean, I guess in that case, why not? If your mum's like, hell yeah, you can try it. Like, it's kind of strange. But if she's cool with it and you're cool with it, no problem. But then the issue, which I'm sure she'll get into, is that, yeah, these animals, they don't have a say in any of this, right?
Okay, well, when you're married and you have a wife and she has a baby, you can go ahead and experiment then if you want. I'm sure she'll be fine. And that will be vegan because it's consensual.
You mentioned that you had death threats, etc.,
Yeah.
which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't want to see anyone be hated by anyone really necessarily, unless they do something abhorrently evil or wrong, which I don't think you've done anything abhorrently evil or wrong. So you don't deserve death threats, and you probably don't know how to defend yourself because you're Canadian and also vegan. That's like two stereotypes.
What do you mean?
Damn,
It's
sure
always a
not.
good skill to learn.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Like
the
I
harm's
say,
no
when in doubt, check it out. If you're not sure, go for the new experience.
When in doubt, check it out. I'm about to fire this weapon.
Yeah, and I'm taking that back to Canada with me, right? It's cool to go over the border
Uh,
with it. I think it should be fine, right?
you
It's
should be
pink,
able
so
to-
they'll never.
Yeah, if it's pink.
Let's talk about the kit you got on this thing.
And also, yeah, so basically, it's a pink weapon, right? It's pink. It is now loaded, so I don't want to point it at my best friend.
Oh, yep.
But this is a suppressor. All right, so this will make it quiet. Yeah,
Well, these are interesting because you can see the bullets.
yeah, those are more educational
Right. Okay.
because you can see through the bullets.
Yeah, you can. I guess that's how you teach kids to count here in Texas.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so ready? This is firing.
Oh wow, that was not very noisy.
No, really, it's pretty quiet. Would you like to shoot it?
That was so scary. How like not scary that was.
Yeah.
Do you find it difficult to create allies in the LGBTQ community?
Well, first of all, you know I'm a member. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Okay, so I'm bisexual,
Okay.
possibly pansexual, I don't know. And it's not really something that I explore further now because I'm married. I'm in a monogamous relationship and I'm fine with that. When I was younger, I always knew from the time, like my very first crush that I ever remember was when I was 5 years old in kindergarten. And there was this little girl named Natalie and she was so cute. And I just remember always wanting to just kind of like snuggle up to her. Now, of course, there's no sexuality involved, right? But there's
you're
this.
5.
But then there was a kid in grade 4. His name was Pierre, and he was so cute. And I thought, you know, how old are you in grade 4? I think it was 9. And it was, you know, so you're still not mature, but you still know.
Yeah.
Like, did you have a crush on girls when you were younger? Like,
I had a crush on a kid named Pierre in grade 4.
you're right.
I was homeschooled.
Let's face it. I was, you know, I did go to the gay bars as a young lady to try to figure stuff out, and I sort of realized that I liked women, but not necessarily those ones that were so tough and rough.
She doesn't like the bitch ones. I'm with you, babe. All right, I like a femme. I'm here for the femme. That's so classic. Yeah, I must say, I'm more about the femmes than the masks. Those ones. Oh gosh, get yourself in trouble again. That's pretty classic.
I played ball hockey for a while, and there was a lot of lesbians who were kind of mean, honestly, so it kind of turned me off. Even
Played hockey. I can only imagine. Oh god, they're the ones who are like, yes. Yeah. Okay. I get her. I get it.
even though I just was in the wrong crowd, you know. I was like, where are the nice lesbians who are sweet and not so
Oh yeah, I'm asking the same question. Where are the nice lesbians? Lesbian hockey yeah, I'd die. If I joined a hockey team, I'd get crushed and mauled by the stronger of the lesbians. But those, yeah, I would not stand a chance. I'd be crushed in moments, okay?
Tough. So I couldn't find them. So I'm like, I found a guy who was nice.
Right.
And, so that's how it worked out for me.
Is scissoring real?
Let's talk about the animals.
Okay.
Oh my god. Is scissoring real? Okay, yeah, let's talk about the animals.
Let's just first make sure that everybody reads my message here, which says,
Yeah.
right there.
There you go.
If you're not vegan, you're paying for animal abuse.
Based.
So do not
True.
shoot animals with guns. Guns
True.
are only meant for people. And the legs are, I can just wrap it
Wait,
on the
what? Is she meant for people to shoot with, right? Oh god. Oh. That was a very loose quote.
legs if I want to.
Yeah, like you could just bend down a little bit and then sit on the legs like this. And then
What do
just
you think about Alex Baldwin and the fact that the
fact that
woman...
he murdered a woman?
Okay, that says it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying.
Neither do I.
I'm trying stuff.
I'm confused as shit. Genuinely. Every day.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. I wake up and I'm like,
That's what I do.
Oh my god, same.
Look, you know what? Pretty much. Look, you know what? I was never a smart kid in school, and somehow I ended up being a nurse in an intensive care unit and had a person there who was just on life support, barely alive, on a ventilator, and with a Swan-Ganz catheter in their heart, and had to do all these tests, arterial lines, and I was it. Every time I go in there and be like, how the fuck did I end up here? Like, I'm not smart enough. Like that imposter syndrome.
Right.
It's like I'm not smart enough to be here. I'm not good enough to be here. Why am I here in front of this camera and these lights? Like, it should be someone better, a better spokesperson, someone smarter, someone taller. Yeah, too. Yeah.
That's what I feel a lot.
With a better nose and not a cold sore. Like maybe a cute nose. Like, you have a nice nose.
thank you. I appreciate it. And that's another thing too. You mentioned you'd like to have fun. You are very fun. You do like to have a lot of fun. And also you have so much fucking energy.
Oh my god.
That it's almost infuriating. Because I'm like, I'm 26, you're...
Is vegan as a bitch? Let's go.
What, 200, 300?
Well, I have to admit, it's 399. Yeah, the kids are always saying that. I'm like, I look pretty good, for 98.
You genuinely do.
No.
For the crypt keeper.
No.
Now, how do you know that there's not just like a random squirrel there?
Well, you don't.
What? I'm not shooting. I'm gonna pretend.
Hey, squirrel.
No, I'm not. No,
shoot.
you know what? I never thought of that before. No, I could be just innocently shooting like an ant or something. Who's just like minding their own business.
Yeah, probably.
Can I go over there and check?
Sure.
Caleb?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's a calculated risk.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, see?
Can you do that again?
Yeah, I'll have to reload it.
Oh, did I hurt you?
Yeah, my balls hurt.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry.
It's alright.
How big are his balls? They're hanging on the ground. Like why
It
did
runs
that
in the
hurt-
family.
Why did that hurt your balls?
I'm from Appalachia. So next we'll shoot a pistol.
Okay.
Are you aware of pistols?
Yeah.
They're illegal in Canada now. It's a 509C.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is my carry weapon. So I'll show you. This is how you shoot it. Okay. Point. Aim. Slowly pull the trigger.
What the hell just flew back? That could have hit us in the head.
That was a casing of a bullet.
That could have hit him.
He'd have been all right.
A lot of people are just gonna be mad at me for even having you here. Like, they were mad at me for interviewing Andrew Tate. They were mad at me for having Nick over.
God,
They've
yeah,
been mad.
Andrew.
Like, people just get mad for no reason, and they don't want to hear what you have to say.
Oh,
they don't
did
wanna
he
hear
interview Nick Avocado? Ah, okay.
anything that is outside like what you're saying. They want to be the big fish in the little pond. Everyone does. Like, that's like you're naturally inclined. So it's a very impressive that you have the inclination to willingly be like.
Are people like that? They all want to be the big fish.
They want to be accepted, and they want to have path of least resistance. There's a reason we have like an obesity crisis and things like that, because life is very easy, and people want life to remain very, very, very easy. So, people, you people, you can all suck it. Do you think that these statements that you've made?
I wouldn't even say it's easy. I think the fact that there's you know, more accessibility to things actively makes things harder, but in different ways. It's a weird hedonic thing. Him and Nick are friends. That's so weird. Interviewing Tate is kind of cringe. I think it's just so like overblown, like, and he really like, he's next level awful. Yeah, wow.
That we just covered, like the transphobia, the homophobia, the racism. Do you think those are the reasons you've gotten banned, or do you think it's like mass reporting, or
It's everything.
just everything?
It's a mass
hate you.
misunderstanding, mass ignorance. People cannot read between the lines. They can't understand.
They got poop in their ass.
I don't know.
They're constipated.
I don't even know how, like, so yeah, those things made it worse and like made her more like infamous. So then like more people are like going over. But I have people quite often tell me that they're reporting my videos. Like I've had videos on TikTok taken down because they were reported and they weren't even that big. So people get really pissy like about the vegan thing and just hit report. It's just wild. Like, why would you do that? What the hell? Like, if you don't like the opinions being spread, just like disagree and state your case. I don't understand why you'd report it on that basis. It's so ridiculous.
Maybe.
They're intellectually constipated.
Eat some fiber.
This is a SIG 553. It shoots 300 blackout.
That seems scary.
That one's scary.
Didn't it? That's what you hear in the middle of the night and you know some animal just dropped dead.
This is B&T APC. You want one?
Yeah.
Ready?
Go!
This one's gonna be pretty quiet. Would you like to shoot this one? Okay, this one's on safe. Fire when ready.
Okay. If there's any squirrels, time to run away! 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. That was fine. It doesn't seem as scary. I don't know why. It's bigger.
When you think of it from the perspective that there's an explosion going on in it, you want more mass.
Okay. But I don't like the fact that it goes backwards.
Yeah.
I just have to be ready.
Yeah, it's making me nervous.
And
Was that a fart?
I farted.
Oh,
That's not the
okay.
goal of this, by the way, is to have a hate brigade. I feel like I've done a good job so far of not like trying to instigate anything. And I'm gonna hopefully continue that. You said you watched my Salt Bay video and I mentioned beef or something like that. I forget exactly what happened, but you tweeted me and then all these people were just like, just sending just so many videos of just trolls.
Yeah.
Sending you stuff.
The fact that so many of you made it so much worse. Like, I'm not exaggerating if I say I believe that people have committed because of those actions. Because I know that kids, teenagers, have written to me how devastated they've been, and I've had some very close to me on Instagram, like writing to me all the time, who just completely disappeared. And I think about them now because they found it. They said it's just so hard. They're getting bullied, and their parents don't understand, and they just can't believe how terrible the world is. And that really keeps me up at night. These big stars, when they make fun of me, initially, yeah, it was like, why are people attacking me? But you know, I'm a big girl. I can like duck out of the way, and I can carry on.
How do you feel being a sort of pariah of the internet at this point? Like you mentioned, Gordon Ramsay, Call Me Chris, so many people, Daz Games, so many people have made videos just going at you, like it's like a literal punching bag.
I think at this point, it's sort of, I've accepted it, I think. What's sad is that when I do approach somebody new, I don't want to be prejudicial, but I find that I am so used to the negativity from the Ben of the Week, all these people that immediately attack, that I go into it and I always have to remind myself, this person might be different. This time, when I talk to the person, maybe they'll be kind.
Right.
Like, there is no excuse for people like Call Me Chris and Sniper Wolf to continue to talk about the animals and to just eat them. I mean, just promote them or say anything about. They should immediately have said, and Gordon Ramsay too, and so should you. All of you should have said, she's trying to do the right thing, and there's nothing wrong with being vegan, and we should all be attempting to head that way.
I will say you are the most honest vegan I've ever met in my entire life. I've met a lot of vegans, and most all of them, it was just a phase that they went through. pretty much all of them. It was just a phase that they went through when they were like, whatever, trying to, I don't know, they use it as like
does
a
he
form
mean
of identity.
authentic?
You are, by, no standard, the most vegan person I've ever met in my entire life, and the most responsible and respectable version of that as
Like,
well, in real
actually
life.
vegan person.
especially. I feel like a lot of what you like are as a character, from what I've learned over the last couple days, is kind of lost on TikTok and the short form stuff, and it's so easy for people to just read a
Yeah, I mustn't have met many vegans, but a lot of people haven't. So weird that this is such a strange kind of situation. Like, this isn't the only video. Like, 9 days ago, there was one spending 24 hours with that vegan teacher.
Eat your vegetables!
How dare you take an animal who never did a single thing wrong to you and chop them up into pieces? Leave animals the f alone. Why?
This is the vegan teacher, aka Miss Katie, aka self-proclaimed animal rights activist. She is a 58-year-old woman from Montreal and happens to be probably the most hated woman on the internet. Miss Katie is a provocateur who tries to convert the masses to veganism by berating celebrities and influencers anytime they so much as breathe near an animal product. And I know this firsthand because she berated me in 2022. I want to emphasize that my goal throughout this video is to get to the truth of who she is as a person. I
wonder if there'll be like quite a few of these then, because that kind of happens. Someone has an idea, like that. This could well have been spurred on from this one. People wanting to get views and be kind of like a redemption arc. I don't know.
With no ill will and an open mind. First, I DM'd her saying I came in peace. She asked me if I wanted to rent her house. That was the second DM. I politely declined because I don't need a house in Montreal, Canada. But anyways, for about a week, every single day we called and like talked for an hour about veganism and what we were planning on doing. But she invited me to stay at her house. In fact, she said, don't book a hotel. I have an Airbnb in my basement that you can stay in. But the day I left, I had texted her 3 different times asking what the address was, to no avail. So I landed in Montreal with no place to stay, no reply. I sat down in the airport and finally called her and...
Is this famous Ben of the Week?
Is this famous Miss Katie?
It is. Did you just land?
So I took a taxi to her house, opened the door, and... Hello! You see, I got in pretty late that night, so she just made me a little yummy snack of some berries and nuts.
Ben of the Week is coming over. It's true. No, the snack's not for you. It's for him.
All gone. We had such a short chat, and then she showed me to my room. It was bright and colorful, and most notably had a fly swatter. Actually, too, which is a very interesting thing for a vegan to have. I'm in the vegan teacher's basement.
I haven't physically seen a fly swatter in years.
It's quite the cozy place. You're gonna tell me you can look at that little guy and say this isn't a cozy abode. It's a cozy abode. We met, talked for a few hours. She gave me a tray of vegan food. And tomorrow, Lord knows what tomorrow holds. See you in the morning. My door does not have a lock. Good night. Now, while I was asleep, Miss Katie made several videos, like...
Right now downstairs, Ben of the Week is having a nice little sleep.
One of them was her crying to footage of some cows drowning in California, and then for some reason talking about how I'm sleeping in her basement.
So, well, famous YouTuber Ben of the Week is downstairs sleeping. They're stuck there being tortured even more than they normally are.
And then the other was a video showing off my shoes.
Put his shoes nicely, one beside the other. He didn't just throw them. These are them.
And she later told me that she put my shoes on and was walking around the house to see what my shoes felt like. And she did this at 3 a.m. So it was really interesting. Anyways, the next morning I woke up at 5 a.m. and I was ready to start my day with her.
She's so weird, Cookie, right?
One of the things I first noticed is she uses this made-up word called schmernerd a lot.
She's sort of more, the schmernerd one, the more sort of calm-ish.
So how would you describe schmernerd?
Oh,
SHMERNERAD. Schmernerd is like this in between emotions.
Yeah, this
So,
is
like,
the word again.
That sort of like stunned look, like, and you haven't yet figured out what you're looking at. Like sometimes when Bella's friend Max comes over, she'll be just like, okay, what do you want? Why are you on my turf? Okay, let's play.
We were about to walk her dog Bella, but then she showed me her happy pet path outside our home.
The bicycle path where before I was vegan, I started putting up different animal names in our neighborhood. And one time, the strangest thing, just to talk about vegan phobia, we have a camera down there, you can see.
Oh, wow.
There's a hidden camera. And we saw a woman, and she was going by. She stopped, and she just grabbed the poster and ripped it.
No.
Yeah, just for no reason. This is how triggered people are about veganism. I wrote here, take a photo of this, so that people can take a photo and then zoom in later to the important documentaries. And then you can see here, look too. See, that's our backyard. Yeah, that's a curtain I found in the garbage that a carpet that I found in the garbage that I just painted. Yeah. Anyway, so when I first put the sign out here, I said to my husband, I'm going to put the sign up because it's so, we want to welcome people to our home if they're vegan, let them know that we're vegan. And he's like, that sign's just way too big. He wanted me to put up one like this big. I'm like, you'll never see it from the road. It's okay, right? It's not too big. You have your long johns on, Ben?
I don't, but...
Oh, you don't even have any mitts. You're going to be cold.
Oh, no. I'll be good.
One time we didn't have a bag, so we had to pick up the food with a mask.
Oh, no. I hope you didn't put the mask back on.
Let's go, Ben.
Okay. I think if you want to make the argument that vegans are weak and malnourished, you can't really do that with her because I couldn't catch up.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, so this is Bella. There's a petition with over 52,000 signatures trying to have her taken away from me. She's vegan and they think she's mistreated and unhealthy. Her pee is normal, her poo is normal, and her blood work is normal. When people find out about Bella being vegan, they automatically think that she's just eating celery and cucumbers. They don't realize that she eats just vegan dog food, which is the same, looks the same as any other dog food. Okay, Ben, now, we'll show them. This is what vegan dog food looks like. Here you go. Want to try?
Sure. What's it made of?
Plants, pea protein and everything.
We could go for it.
Okay.
I have my water just in case.
Yeah, and you know what?
Yeah, Shuri, she does get around great to be in her late 50s. I could only hope to still run in my 50s. Yeah, I couldn't see myself running in my 50s. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'll be like, so.
If it's bad, like we're gonna die together.
True.
Oh my God, it's harder than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, sorry, Bella. Bella, come. Come here.
We ate before Bella.
I actually feel like eating another one of these.
Yeah, it's good.
I think this is good testament. I do try and think sometimes when I'm having like a run-in with people online, I try and think like, what would it be like if they were like stood right in front of me? Like they probably wouldn't say the things they're saying. We'd probably get on, you know? Wait, what? Hang on. Someone quote tweeted me because I put a tweet. The dairy industry is abhorrent and I can't wait for it to fail, right? And they quote tweeted me and said, vegan content creator, that sort of explains a lot. They wouldn't, like, explain. So I was just like, so why are you replying to the others but not expanding upon your claim that explains a lot unless I miss a reply? That's not relevant or any of your business, Lama. How intrusive are you to be here? Babe. Baby? You quote tweeted me. Okay. All right. See it like that. It's just like, babe. You're right. They're prime example. Okay. All right, honey. Back to us. Okay. Oh yeah, I couldn't chill with Frank Tefano. That's for damn sure. That That's for damn sure. Okay.
So we started talking about the vegan diet, and I brought up the concept of eating bugs, and she had this to say about protein.
Protein is just not that big of a deal. It's like people, especially the one that they really hate me about is they say, well, I have an eating disorder, so I can't be vegan. And I say, you know, yeah, you can. Because if your eating disorder was that you thought you needed to eat cats and dogs, what would your psychologist or therapist say to you? Oh, okay, you have an eating disorder, so you just keep eating them, that's okay, until you feel better. Like, never,
not wrong.
Never would they say that. But I tell people, and they don't like to hear this, that I think that most eating disorders are really thinking disorders.
Oh.
Right?
Well, eating disorders are linked to mental health. So it is a mental health issue. I think that's what she's trying to say. You have crossed the boundary by replying to their tweet. Elle, don't you know about boundaries? Yeah, like if someone quote tweets me and they say something about me and then I'm like, what do you mean? Oh my god, you have crossed the line. How invasive of you. They're fucking with me. They're having me on. 100%.
You know, as someone that has had an eating disorder, boy, I wish I just thought of something else.
All of our problems where we have these addictions and everything, they are all thinking disorders. Like, we think we need this thing, it's gonna make us feel better, and we...
Well, no, it's not like... It is difficult, like, when someone's like, oh, depression, it's all in your head. It's like, yeah, like, when you're in that state, you can't... You feel as if you really can't get out of it. And then if you have like some sort of disorder, then that makes the mechanisms of like trying to change your thought processes, the things you even think about, it makes it feel as if it's just completely impossible to even like think differently. But it is very empowering to know, okay, well, this is smothering me, but I can push myself. I can push to a world where this doesn't consume me. Like, it's like trying to be helpful, but it's hard when you hear it and you're like, look, you don't understand just how like real this feels and how like hard it is. Do you know what I mean? But it's probably more beneficial to try and feel as if you can have the hold over it. But you know, if you're being consumed, it's one of those things. It's like, of course, if someone like had the opportunity to not be depressed, they'd take it, right? So if someone comes along and they're like, do you know, you couldn't be. Like, you know, it's like, fuck you, man. Do you think I do this for fun? Do you think I enjoy feeling this way? But, you know, it's helpful also to, you know, while having that experience validated, that's the whole process of therapy, right? To try and not think that way, to try and change the process in which you think about things, your mind frame, everything like that. You would still suffer with like a disorder, but yeah, trying to change the way in which you approach the very thing you're struggling with is really helpful. Yeah, shaking my head when people say it's all in your head, like, yeah, like, where did you think the depression would be? In my bumhole? Like, wow, when you watch me and you're speaking these words, they're all in your head. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I could see why that would come off weirdly, but, you know. Oh, yeah, don't just be like, oh, just think positively. Like, for me, the personal changes I've been making that have changed my mindsets, would I be able to tackle them and understand them as much if I hadn't gone to therapy first? Probably not. There's a lot of things that you can do in order to improve your state of mind, but if you're in that state of mind to begin with, it's so difficult to like get out of that. It's like these habits that have accumulated as a result of like a disorder or, you know, some trauma, something like that, that then means it becomes, in a weird way, comfortable or safe to be in an unsafe place.
Salad.
Interruption.
Interruption. The lad tipped £1. Have you tried to just not be depressed?
Yeah, have you tried it? Like, oh my god. depression cured. No, but I think, I mean, I don't know what she's thinking precisely, but for a large part of when people say that, I think that's what they mean. They just don't expand upon, you know, because we do have, in many cases, more power than we think we do over our thoughts and over, but it's this horrifically difficult battle. It's uncomfortable. It's like very unnerving, and you don't know how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, you've been brought up in a traumatic place, you're used to thinking a certain way, you're used to looking at, you know, information coming through your mind and then processing it and saying certain things to yourself. It feels like an impossible battle to just shift that. And I don't know how much it can be said that can just be shifted, and it's a constant journey to be shifting that in the process every single day. But yeah, it's not as simple as oh, it's just a mindset, you just have to change it. But it is, I think, very empowering to tell people that in many cases they have more power than they think they do, and that they can overcome so much more than the thing that they're being smothered by. But it's a very sensitive conversation. I mean, we're dealing with the entire experience of like a person, like their day-to-day life, the things that they fixate on, the things they think about, the things that like they hold with them that might even keep them up at night, you know? So very close to the heart. And yeah, it's a whole thing. Definitely. Thanks, I'm cured. Thank you to Interruption. Can we get some salads in the chat? Interruption has just cured depression. Amazing.
We need to get to the root of the problem, I think.
20. Oh, is that Bella trying to get it? With all the content you do, whether it be on TikTok, YouTube, I'd like love to like just like see your process. Even like full-time.
Oh, definitely be. Yeah, like a massive thing from what I understand is how important environment is to us, and that's why I have my sleeping rules where I don't go on my bed all day. If I go on my bed during the day, do some work, it is so much harder to sleep. I have not been on my bed all day and I will not touch it until I go to sleep for the same sort of principle. Environment is massive. Your brain is very clever in the sense that it's like, oh, I'm here. What's happened here? What should I feel here? What did I feel here? What should I expect here? So yeah, if you have like a rough environment where a lot of bad things have happened, that's why people recommend sometimes rearranging your room. You know, if bad events have happened in your room or something like that, then rearranging it and will help you to feel like it's a new environment. It's the same principle for like work and stuff. Like I've had to, because I work in my bedroom, I've had to cordon off areas so that I'm in work mode when I sit here, and you know, I'm sleep mode when I'm on my bed, and then I'm chill mode when I'm sat down there. Definitely.
Content creators aren't like posting like daily on YouTube and like multiple times a day on TikTok. So I'd love to just like, if you could like maybe show me how the magic happens. Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Okay. Like I just put it here. So in the morning I come to my bike and I just ride slowly while I wake up, and I watch different things. So he just said, good morning everybody. Guten Morgen miteinander. I know a little bit of German, right?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
I'm busy. Do you know some German?
No.
Okay. I can also try and see what Ben of the Week is up to if I go to home, right?
Breaking news out of Iran.
Oh.
Judge Abdul Rassem Salavat.
I love how older people touch tablets. That's my favorite thing. It's such a like boomer thing. Would you be classified as a boomer? 58? Yeah, boomer, right? Like, not even boomers. Like anyone older than me. Like even my mum, she's like, I love it. Oh my god. Look, I don't know, man. These are pretty based. I don't think we'll watch too much more of this, because I do want to switch over to Twitch and do some work. I'm getting the itch to do more work. But it's weird seeing these and then seeing the comments and seeing the positive light, you know?
Comment, and then their entire perspective of what you're saying is going to be changed. And I mean, a lot of the stuff that you do say is quite extreme. I mean, you're a self-proclaimed militant, which is good because you have to get things done, and your idols and the people that you frame your philosophy on, like Gary Yourofsky, he's the same way. You can't cherry pick your...
I still can't believe he's got these documentaries down. Look, 4.2 million subscribers. Like, and he's got Dominion in there.
Isms, right? So you're like, it's impressive. What I'm saying is it's very impressive that you are black and white.
Yeah, the chair looks very not vegan.
I'd like to see how, if there's any sort of change in the water over the next couple of years, when people, you know, maybe can just
What
listen.
are the comments? Oh, you mean this one? I mean, it's not much shorter, 44 minutes. But yeah, sure, yeah. Algorithm gave me the Oompa one, and I saw a bunch of comments saying they understand TBD. But yeah, we looked at those ones. Let's see the 24 hours with that vegan teacher. This is one of my favorite videos. Oh no, this woman's making us look crazy. The fact he was calm and respectful. The fact she's an orphan person on social media and real life. This one's more negative, to be fair. It's more about him. Very different. Guess she's being more wild in this one than like just sitting down and
A
chatting.
little bit more, because you're not evil, right? And by the way, you don't have to respond to any of that, but I wanted to circle back to what we said. You mentioned how it's more difficult for a vegan to come out of the closet than someone who is gay or transphobic. That's like the biggest thing on the internet, in my opinion, that people, they latch onto that and hate you the most for it.
Not so
Well,
much
they're not really
transphobic.
listening. Because I'm not talking about places like Iran or whatever, these, you know, when you're stuck in the middle of some family that's deeply religious. I mean, I'm talking about the vast majority of Canadians, Americans, Australians.
Well, even in America, they have quite a big Bible Belt. There's still a massive problem. And more so if you're trans. So yeah, I don't think that fully represents what's going on. I think there's more acceptance, definitely. But it's got to the point where people are actually shocked when I tell them that I get homophobic slurs at me or homophobic hatred. Like, they seem shocked, like, oh my God, like, nobody's homophobic anymore. People are. People are still homophobic. And I know that I have family members who aren't happy with the fact I'm gay. I know some that don't even know I am, because if they did know, it would be a problem. So I just think it's not fully representative, and you don't have to go all the way to Iran to experience that. Like, America's not as accepting of these things. I don't think it's like so terrible. I don't think it's so horrific, but it still is the case that it's seen as like sinful, disgusting, and that people lose family just for being gay. It's still a thing. I know of people who have been ousted from their family, even in the UK, not even with religious family members, who have been ousted because they're a queer, and that's a problem. So it's still a thing, and you don't have to go all the way over to Iran to experience that. But I must say, I have had a harder time telling people I'm vegan than gay in my, my later years, in my, in my adulthood than I have when I was younger.
Everyone who has a gay person in their class, I mean, or on their street or in their family, nobody really cares. I mean, everyone I talk to says that it is much more difficult to come out of the closet as a vegan, and here is why. Because when you come out of the closet as a vegan, you do not get a giant hug from anyone. You get, oh, fuck. Now what? What are we going to do at Thanksgiving? You're going to ruin Thanksgiving. You're going to ruin every single event from now on. Hopefully this is just a phase.
A giant hug.
That's what they always
A giant hug. I didn't get a hug for being gay. I got cold shoulders. Does that count? I know some people who, like, nobody around them gave a fuck. In fact, they were happy for them. But I don't think that's quite as common as might be being said. But with veganism, definitely a lot of people who have a problem with that, 100%.
say and hope. What does the kid get? You have to be such a brave person to be vegan. If you're a teenager, a kid, a young person, I mean, even an adult at the workplace.
Right.
You have a boss who's vegan phobic, and vegan phobic, it means it's like racism towards vegans. It's like homophobia. It's like in the same category. People freak out when I say that. But if you have lived in my shoes and listened to the people that I work with, that is what it's like.
Right. What would you say?
I mean, not even that. It just logically follows. It's othering and discrimination based upon a group that someone belongs to that isn't entailing any harm to anybody else. So it doesn't warrant some sort of, ousting or other treatment as a result. So it just logically follows. It doesn't even need to be, this is my experience. As a queer person, I've always been worried about coming out. I've never had a bad reaction apart from my parents. However, saying I'm vegan, people always put me up at a barrier or uncomfortable. Yeah, I feel more awkward saying, like, sometimes still to this day, I'm like, oh, should I be telling this person I'm gay? But more than anything, it's like, oh god, I'm gonna bring up the veganism. They're gonna be very touchy, Oh dear. You know what? It's been an hour. I think I'll leave it here for these two. But what I want you to do is I'm gonna now do a stream over on Twitch where I do work. Okay? If you have any chill questions, any unrelated stuff, I'm gonna keep the stream, so smash like. But I'm gonna go over to Twitch. That is the link. And I've got an itch to keep working. I've got a lot of work to do. So I'm gonna kind of do it over there while I'm working. So if you want to chill with me, and some people were wanting to know how to do certain things, so I thought this would be a good opportunity. So I'll be about 2 minutes. I need to pee. I need to set up the stream over on Twitch. Please go over there. So the fun will continue. But this is pretty excellent. It's very weird difference, especially with this comment section with oompaville. This is the video. Yeah, all of you, come on, there's 37 of you. Go over to my Twitch, and I'll see you in just a moment. And again, thank you so much to Interruption, who was tipping during this stream. I'll see you in just a minute, okay? Goodbye.